How long does it take to prepare a patent application? Once we get the information needed, how long does it take to actually get an application written and filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office? Hi, I'm Matt Yosman, and that's a question that I hear often. The answer, of course, is it depends. It depends on what the invention is, it depends on how complicated the invention is, and it depends on whether there's an emergency and what we need to put into the application and file. It also depends on how complicated the invention is and on what you want to file, because there are a few different strategies we can pursue. The broadest answer is that you should expect it to take about 8 to 10 weeks to get a patent application fully described and filed. And when I say fully described, I mean describing all the details that you've come up with, brainstorming to come up with other parts, other workarounds that your competitors might use, and describing those in detail as well. Getting all of those put into patent illustrations, getting all of those details described in the text, getting all of it prepared, and getting a claim set or more than one claim set written and filed. Now, that's usually an 8 to 10 week process. Of course, it's not 8 to 10 weeks of full-time work, but it usually takes about that long for me to work with a client and for a client to have the time to respond and to get me, the people at the company or in touch with the inventors so that we can get everything we need to get the invention described and filed. Now, that's the general case. It's also possible to do it faster. It depends. If there's an emergency, like you've left a laptop in a taxi cab, or somebody's about to give a presentation tomorrow to potential investors or to current investors or to anybody at all, or at a conference, and we need to get something filed in a hurry, of course we can do it. There are ways to do it. But you should expect there will be less detail in those applications. We won't have every detail of the invention described. We won't have detailed drawings that show every aspect, most likely. We probably won't have every workaround that we can imagine described in the application. And sometimes that's a strategic choice that makes sense, and that's what we have to do. Those we might be able to prepare and file today, maybe by tomorrow, maybe later today, maybe within 2 hours, maybe in an hour, but we should, in any case like that, plan to file something with more detail as soon as we can after that. Maybe it's 2 days from now, maybe it's a week from now. Those are faster to prepare, these emergency filings, which we would probably file as a provisional patent application, not as a full or non-provisional patent application. But any emergency filing like that, we should plan to file another application as quickly as we can after it with more detail, and then a more detailed application after the non-emergency filing, so in another 8 or 10 weeks, something like that. That amount of time, as I said, is usually dependent on your attorney's schedule and your own schedule. If you're working with me, it's because we've got other things going on, other work we need to get to, and usually planning on an 8 to 10 week period gives us enough time to get all the information we need, get it prepared, wrapped up, get the illustrations made, get the paperwork filled out. There's always some important questions with the paperwork, and get it filed. If you've got further questions on this, please shoot me a message or give me a call, 617-340-9295, or send me an email, hello@yosmanlaw.com. I'll have this in the notes below the video as well. And of course, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks very much. Take care.